an entire, what would you call this, thrifting table setting with things that you can thrift. I should start by introing this channel. My name is Alexa. I'm not totally sure what I'm doing with this account. I called it Alexa Presents because I want to present the stuff that I've thrifted. I love thrifting, I love vintage. I've never had a lot of interest in having a store and selling things. Seems like a lot of work. But I do have an interest in styling things, talking about vintage, connecting with people who like vintage, and yapping. I just started this account because I just moved to Nashville and I don't have as many friends as I had in Chicago, so I have a little free time with my nights that I'm using to make these videos because, to be honest, I've always wanted to make YouTube videos. So that's what I'm doing. And tonight I thought it would be fun to set a table with things that I have thrifted. Which is funny because if you watched my first video, I just moved into this apartment last week. Most of this is shit I've thrifted like in the past few days. So I could have a store because the way I can thrift and the way I enjoy it, I could. But yeah, this is some stuff that I see at the thrift store all the time, which is crazy. I was thinking about this. My grandma took me to etiquette class when I was a kid and it gave me so much anxiety. My grandma was like, these are the linens, it must be folded properly. You need to know this. The spoon goes here, this goes here. And it was so overwhelming. I was like, I'm never going to get this. And so I never went back to etiquette class. Oh, I wish I did. But now that I'm an adult and I'm into thrifting, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is such a lost art. People used to know everything that was on the table, the material, what it's made of, where it goes. I think as I got older, wanting to know more about this stuff, I realized it doesn't have to be so serious. There are like some rules to it, but I don't know that. It's all about vibes and having fun. So I think that's important, is to be playful with it and remember you can pick this stuff up for literally 25 cents. There is silver sitting in thrift stores. You could drive to any thrift store and find silver and clean it up. All of this stuff. I see this stuff all the time. I actually read this book today, Planning and Setting Your Table by Florence Phillips. I love reading old books. And she went over some great stuff, just like the difference between glassware and, God, I can't even remember. I read it this morning and I don't remember. But yeah, she goes over like a little glossary. If you guys are interested, I have so many ideas for videos. I could make a video just explaining the different types of stuff. But for today, and while I'm waiting on my Facebook Marketplace pickups to furnish the apartment, I thought I'd go over some stuff. Where do I start? This is all like so much fun. Starting off strong with table setting, whenever I'm in doubt, I put a candle or centerpiece in the middle. You can buy some flowers, put it in a vase. I think a candle is always lovely. You know what? Candles always add a vibe. Stay tight, I'm gonna light one. Another thing that always adds a vibe is wearing an apron. You can find these at the thrift store. I have like 20, not that I need that many, but I just feel like, why did we lose these? They're so pretty and cute. So I'm a big fan of aprons. Matches, another thing you can find at many thrift stores. You might have to go to smaller ones. I don't think they have like matches at Goodwill, but I love finding old matches. Why can I never light matches? Okay. Fabulous. Okay, I can never blow out candles either. Now that we have the match lit, the vibes are already feeling immaculate. Let's start with this table setting right here. When I go to the thrift store, I'm always looking for something on the bottom that says like Stoneware Japan. Both of these say Stoneware Japan. Oh, actually, just kidding. This one says Salem Stoneware, Salem, Ohio, with a cute little emblem on the back. So I'm always like looking for that. They're sturdy, they're great. These were so expensive back in the day. Now they're sitting there for $1.50. So I love giving it new life and hosting with it and keeping it alive. It's such good quality that after all these years it still looks perfect. Not a scratch, not a dent, it's held up. And that's the kind of stuff I want in my life. Stuff that lasts. Okay. For silverware, so much silverware at the thrift stores. I love these ones I got. I just got these. There's a name for these that I'm forgetting at the moment. I just love the way it feels. I was reading in this book, it said with silverware, you should put it in your hands and see how it feels. And if you can imagine yourself eating with it and you like how it feels, then you should buy it. And I thought, that's such a good point. Will do. And moving on to placemats. There are so many fun placemats at the thrift store that you could just experiment with. This I could see looking really good with like old plastic, old like that like Eddie Bauer vibe, even springy. It would be, oh my god, I almost just screwed it. There are all these fun placemats and I just feel like it gives you an opportunity to be fun, be funky, be like, I'm in the mood for this tonight and I want to mix it with this silverware that goes and the colors look nice together. I don't know, it's like expression, you know? Expressing yourself via table setting. Shall we move on to my personal favorite, wine? I love wine. Last year, I got to go to Tuscany and Napa Valley with my family, which was lovely. I love the experience of being with people you love in a beautiful place and sipping on wine. However, I'm not a wine snob. I don't have a good palate. I care a lot more. I care that the bottle's nice, like I want it to taste nice, but I care a lot more about how it looks and how I feel when I'm pouring it. So this was a really fun bottle that I got that I love. Shout out Atmospheres, Joe Landron. This was the perfect bottle of wine. Fun thing you can find at thrift stores. Wine toppers. Why settle for a boring wine topper from TJ Maxx when you can have that one with loads of character? It just looks perfect. So mid-century. We also have wine openers. Lots of wine openers at thrift stores. And again, why have that boring silver one that looks like that man going like that when you can have something classy and sophisticated? Bought these separately. Look at how perfectly they go together. A match made in heaven, if you will. It's literally perfect. Something I'm learning about, I'm reading a lot of stuff about glassware in here and in some other books I have. There is so much to glassware. Like I feel like these days we drink out of any cup, doesn't matter. Back in the day, you had certain type of liquid, it like matched a cup. Crazy concept. It was very functional, very beautiful, and I'd love to bring that back. So I just got these. These are the Glen Car, I can't read it, glass. But look at the funky little shape, it just has so much character. Imagine having your friends over with a little wine and you can impress them with all that nice stuff. Salt and pepper shakers, I find these all the time. These are like broken, this wasn't my best purchase, but I love the way they look and I love how big they are. If I was having someone over, I could just be like, Parmesan anyone? Like that kind of vibe at an Italian restaurant, but I'll be like, pepper anyone? Just tell me when to stop. I'm a big fan of ceramics. The lumpier, the better for me. I think a kid made this. There's like a smiley face on the bottom. I just love handmade ceramics. I think it's so pretty. Like someone made this lemon, this cute little lemon. Does this have a use? Not necessarily. But say I'm having like a party where it's the spring and I want to create kind of like a summer barbecue vibe. I'm whipping out this little lemon and I'm putting it on display somewhere. Look at this. I was thinking about like bread rolls. Why put bread rolls in like a regular bowl when you could put it in something like this? It just feels so organic. In all my videos I've had this Ham's glass, which I feel like it might be my signature thing now. I love thrifting old beer stuff. I like wine. Shocker, I also like beer. I love the old labeling. I love studying like older graphic design work and I get a lot of inspiration from old beer cans. I just feel like they like nailed it and created such a cool vibe and I like love the colors. So I like getting little beer glasses like this. And another thing at thrift stores is coasters. I love these old-fashioned coasters. I just feel like they transport you back to a different time. And I love that feeling. So I like to use these in my house. And yeah, I picked up like a whole pack of them for like $2.50. Linens for setting your table. These are available now, like they were like so expensive online, and that's, you know, I'm gonna cut that out. To each their own. It's whatever you want to buy is great, but these are available for like 25 cents, and they're really cutie and pretty. And you can find these little things as well, and you can mix and match them. Like I said with the expression thing earlier, this is another form. You can mix and match and see what goes, and whatever party you're having, kind of match it to that party. Coffee. I like wine, I like beer, I also like coffee. I love the way it feels in my hand, I love when it's warm, I have a cup of it every morning, and it's very important to me that I'm drinking out of a proper cup. Just makes me feel classy and like I'm starting my morning strong. The final thing I'll end on, this ceramic spoon. Do you ever have something where you're not sure why it's so important to you, but it just is that way? I thrifted this little spoon and it's like a treasure to me. Like if I ever broke it or something ever happened to it, I would be devastated. It feels like the way people feel about family heirlooms. I feel that way about this 50-cent spoon that I thrifted. It's perfect. I use it for measuring. If I ever want a little sugar in my coffee, I use it for that. It is just, I use it for mixing. It's just so precious and special to me. Hopefully, if you guys take anything away from this, it's that maybe at the thrift store, you'll find something special like this spoon. Yeah. I feel like that's all. That's all for now. I really don't know how well versed the public is on like any of this stuff or if anyone else likes it. I just want to bring hosting and partying back. I feel like people are paying just a dime a dozen at the bars, and we could be having house parties like they did back in the olden days. They would just put alcohol in a punch bowl, make it look really beautiful. People would dance and have a lot of fun. I know that because I have a lot of Super 8 videos of my grandparents doing that. And I think there was just a lot of like community. And so I want to bring that love and that feeling of everything is intentional and caring for your space back. Would you wanna come to a party? I bet you would. I know